Hello, my name is Stephanie, and today we're going to be working on our root chakra, the color red. Root chakra is located at the base of our spine, the tailbone, the very bottom of our spine. But I want to take a moment and just talk about chakras a little bit. Is my mic on? Good. Okay. Let's talk about chakras for a moment. Chakras were founded or discovered, I don't know the word you want to use to describe it. They were written on some clay tablets in Sanskrit back in Suma, which is a province in Mesopotamia, about 3,000 years ago, like a very long time ago. And what these Vedic texts spoke of, they spoke of energy centers that are in our bodies that help us heal ourselves. And with modern science and the way we know how our body works, we are familiar with our spinal column. So the spinal column is what generates the energy, right? It's the spark, right? It's our spark plugs, and it goes up and down our body from our brain down to our tailbone. And along that spinal column are the chakras. It's basically just ways to help indicate locations of your body. And also, when we equate a color to it and a frequency to it, it seems to help heal these areas of our bodies. So, root chakra is all about, when we talk about energy and we talk about how it affects our bodies, and root chakra is connected, of course, to our legs and to the earth. So, a lot of people will say when you work your root chakra, you're grounding yourself, right? But it's a little more than that, because some people are too grounded. Some people are kind of stuck in ground and they need to come out a little bit. So to help heal that, to bring these people out of the ground and to put some people not in the ground, but like to ground them, these meditations will help you. So again, when we refer to grounding, we're referring to our survival mode. So some people can't leave the house, right? It's anxiety just overcomes them, overtakes them, and they're in survival mode. That basically, and they're fearful, they're jittery. You'll see them in public, and they move away from you. These people are stuck in a survival mode, and it's okay, like, I don't know what happened in their life, but doing these meditations might help alleviate some of that stress that's caused by being in survival mode. People that aren't in survival mode, that need to be grounded, they're everywhere. They are your butterflies. They're your social butterflies, and anything comes out of their mouth, and they'll do anything for a beer. Those kinds of people. Those people need to be grounded a little bit. They need to come back to survival mode a little more, because they're putting themselves out there to a point where they could get hurt, right? So they need to learn a little more about survival. So some people need to be grounded. Some people need to be less grounded. We're going to do 3 meditations today. The first one will be a mudra. Mudras are basically just hand gestures. We're going to do the Prithvi mudra, which is connecting the ring finger and the thumb. And we'll hold it here. We'll do that for 5 minutes. And then our hands will be charged with the root chakra energy. Then we'll take our hands and we'll heal our bodies by touching it. That'll take a little more than 5 minutes. And then the third meditation will be a mantra. The mantra for the root chakra is LAM, L-A-M. We'll take a deep breath in through our nose. And when we exhale, we'll say LAM. And we'll try and match the frequency that we hear. Because when you align your voice with the frequency, then you are creating that frequency, which helps that chakra. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to light my candle, and I do an incense thing. You don't need to do the incense thing if you don't want to, if you don't have incense. If you want to participate and you don't have incense, you can always use your hand. If you don't want to do that gesture, you can just sit there and you can imagine it. It's amazing. So many different ways. If you don't want to do it and you want to wait, that's fine too. I'll be right back. Ooh, where's my candle? I like to use a red candle because sometimes when I meditate with chakras, I like to stare at a candle. It's a great way to focus and to know what your intentions are. On the third meditation, if you want, you can certainly charge a stone. Let's see. The stones I like to use for the root chakra are garnet and onyx and tourmaline. I have, I'm going to show you later the ones that I have. The incense I'm using, good incense for root chakra is sandalwood. Any of the woods, really, pine, all of those are really good for grounding because they remind you of Mother Earth, right? It's a wood. All right. So I believe that when we meditate, we connect to our spirit realm, and in spirit realm, there are spirits out there that you don't want to connect with. So we want to make sure that we connect with the ones that we do want to connect with. And I have chosen my spirit guides first. I ask them to come help me heal today. Next, I ask my ancestors, people in my family line that have passed away. I ask them to come help me heal today. And then last, I ask that my future, past, and present self to come help me heal today. Oh, my candle just sparked and flickered. I love that. Maybe we'll get a message today. Who knows? All right, I'm going to take a sip of my water. Hydration is very important. And then we're going to get started. Okay. Again, we're doing the Prithvi Mudra, which is connecting your index finger, or your ring finger and your thumb, and holding them down here on your thigh. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill your whole body with air as much as you can, and then slowly exhale it through your mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Think about where you've seen the color of red. Where have you seen it? Not just my shirt, but maybe you've seen the most beautiful red rose. Or maybe you've seen the inside of a watermelon. Beautiful red. Breath in, then out. Make sure you're sitting up straight as you can. Listen to the sound. Let's take a deep breath in and relax your fingers. Wiggle your hands around. Take a deep breath in through the nose and then exhale. Hopefully your hands are feeling a little warmer right now because they've been charged with the root chakra energy, and we're going to use these nice warm hands to heal our body. I love this part. So it's going to take a little longer than 5 minutes. I'll walk you through each location. If at any point you cannot touch that part of your body, that is fine. Intention is everything. So if you imagine or think about what would it feel like if your hand was touching that location, it will help. I like to, at the first part, when I do below my knees and below, if I can't reach my feet at that time because my back hurts too much, I'll put my hands like this, and that kind of radiates the heat going down my leg, right? And then when I'm above my knee, then I flip my hand like this, and I kind of pull that energy from here to here and to here. I'll move really slow. We're going to do 30 seconds each section. Until we get to here, we'll do a whole minute, okay? But you're going to love it. It's going to feel so great. Let's see, we're in 10 minutes. Right. Pick whatever foot you want. Grab that foot. Steeple your hands and put it over the toes. Again, we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. All right. Now, put one hand on your ankle. The other hand, you can put it on your heel or on that part of your foot, whichever is feeling the need, right? All right, we're going to move up to the calf, just like that. All right, then we're going to do the knee. We're moving up to the thigh. Now you can do this. I like to put one hand under and one hand on top. All right, and now switch feet. Steepling the hands, putting it over the toes. And now the ankle. And again, you can put your foot here or on the heel. All right, move up to the calf. Then we're going to move to the knee. Then we're going to move to the thigh. Again, you can do this. I like to put one hand under. Last position. Take your hands straight and put them on the sides of your hips, as close to, like, I kind of tuck my fingers a little bit underneath. We're going to hold this for about a minute, and then it's the last position. All right. All right. We are down to our last meditation, which is a mantra. The mantra for the root chakra is LAM, L-A-M. To do a mantra, you take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, you say the word LAM. I try to match the frequency that I hear, because when you do, then you know your voice is in that frequency and it is helping that location. I'm going to take a drink of my water first, though, because this does use a lot of the, your mouth. All right. Hydration is very important. It's important to hydrate. Get yourself a cup. Do it. Okay. All right. Let's do this last meditation. Are you ready? Oh, before I start, I have stones. I wanted to show you. Okay. So there, you can charge a stone at this point. Charging a stone is something that I like to do because I like to carry the stone around with me. So if ever I feel like I'm stuck in survival mode, I've been triggered, or I just feel like I'm flighty and I need to be grounded, I'll grab that stone and it'll kind of remind me of, being grounded and what that feels like and just the energy of it, right? You can use several stones to charge. I have garnet. Here's a rough cut garnet. So beautiful. And here's a nice, beautiful cut garnet stone. I also like to use onyx or black tourmaline. Black tourmaline isn't as friendly to hold though, because it's kind of jagged. So a lot of your black tourmaline, you would want to not hold them, but kind of place them somewhere throughout the house and, like at your spot, and you can look at it and you can feel the energy come off of a black tourmaline. But you can certainly hold it. It's kind of jagged, prickly. But you know what else you can do? You can just take a stone from your garden. You don't need a specific fancy stone. The only difference is that a stone that's designed, or from the earth, that's designed to hold these kind of energies, it just holds them better, longer, and you feel the effects faster. Whereas a garden stone is not going to have that same connection unless you constantly use it, right? And you constantly pour that energy, that specific energy into it. But you can certainly use this garden stone. Now, this is one that I've painted. I think actually my daughter painted that because she's the artist. I'm not. Okay. Let's get started. We're going to take a deep breath in. If you don't want to hold the stone, you don't have a stone, certainly you can just hold your hands open like this if you want to. You can go back to the Prithvi Mudra, but let's take a deep breath in through our nose. La. Take a deep breath in. If you have the stone, you can put it down. I did Prithvi, so I'm going to move my hands around. So I feel after doing this meditation, I feel heavier in my body region. So I must have been needing this recalibration of my root chakra. I hope that it helps you. I certainly don't expect people who are just now trying this out that have been in your home for a long time. And I don't expect you to like all of a sudden go, oh, I want to go outside now. Although if you do, that's great because outside's beautiful. But one step at a time, maybe I planted the seed, right? Maybe I planted the thought of there's more to just the location where I've been residing. Or maybe if you've been a little too floaty and a little too feeling elevated and out there, hopefully now you feel a little more grounded and a little more focused, a little more centered, and you know where your feet are going to land, right? It's not up in the air anymore. To close this out, I'm going to close the circle that I created at the beginning. Take your incense hand. If you're not interested, certainly if you want to leave now, you can. That's fine too. But one moment. Again, I believe that spirits are around us. And when we meditate, we open ourselves up to that energetic spirit realm. And I want to thank the spirits that came to help me today with my meditation. And that first is my spirit guides. Thank you. We're going counterclockwise. Thank you for helping me today. Next, I'm going to thank my ancestors, the people that have passed in my life that I love, that are part of my root. Thank you. And last, I'm going to thank my future, my past, and my present self today for coming and helping me heal today. I really hope that this meditation today helped you and I hope that you go out into this world today understanding yourself a little better and feeling and embracing yourself and loving every part of you. So I love you. I'll see you out there probably because I'll be out there wandering around. All right.